Hey driving intelligence community. I wanted to do a quick update on my SVO Mustang 1985 model. Indicated in the previous video that I've got these tie rod ends at the proper angle. I took the fender liner out so I could get to a broken battery box bolt, which I've drilled out. Need to retap it. The thing I'm working on right now is this side trim. The trim actually from the factory was not installed properly, which kind of bugs me. You have to excuse the bad paint job I got in Wilmington, North Carolina. Can't remember the name of the place. Anyway, this clip, you can see it's rotated because that rivet is too high. I always wondered why my trim went all the way across and then angled down. And you can see the paint line here as it gets closer and closer to the body line. So from the factory, they installed this improperly. So I'm going to take that rivet out and reinstall this at the proper elevation. You should get that trim nice and straight. Here's the trim. I did a little sanding and a little dent straightening. I'm going to have to sand this down completely and repaint it. I actually took this trim into an auto parts store and I found a duplicolor paint color that matches this non-original paint. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm hoping it matches pretty good. It looked really good in the store, but I'm only going to do trim sections, so you won't see any problems with the way the paint matches the body. Unfortunately, I'm not going to try to fix things like this. I'm going to have to wait till a later date to get the paint completely fixed. By the way, here you see this trim piece in its proper orientation with that rivet in its proper location. So I'll have to use this as the base to measure up so I can get it at the exact proper elevation. Now on to what hopefully turns out to be a tip for you if you've got an SVO and you want to remove these side trim pieces. They're not easily removed, especially if you've got corrosion and debris stuck in there. Mine didn't have that much, but it was still quite difficult to get out. I had to pop it loose on the bottom. There's not much of a mounting point underneath. You can see there's a slot on the top on these three intermediate clips. The front clip, which is metal, is very secured, as well as the back clip, but still this one's plastic. And what I ended up having to do was slide, first I had to pull the trim off the three intermediate clips on the bottom. And then I tried to slide it forward so that it would reach these slots. There's two sets of slots on the trim piece at the front clip and the back clip. This is the back clip location. This is the front clip location. So if you're able to slide this forward, then you're able to pull the trim off of the clip. Mine didn't move easily, so I took a rigid tool located in between the rear spat and that trim, and I took a hammer and started tapping it very lightly just to see if I could get some movement. And I was able to get some movement, and finally I was able to pull it off, moving it forward. You might want to try a bunch of WD-40 or some other lubricant to help this thing slide. That's the way I got mine off without any damage. Putting it on is going to be a little bit more difficult. You're going to have to start with it at the front, slid forward, and then push it back slightly. You can see there's a little bit of a gap here that's going to be able to engage the trim, but it doesn't look like it's going to be an easy process. I'll do an update when I finally reinstall mine. Thanks for watching. Keep tuned for SVO Mustang updates, and please give me that thumbs up.